Alright, I'll go. Hello everybody, and welcome to this special edition of the Pit and Paddock Race Show. It's special because there was no Division 1 racing.
Once again.
Yeah.
I hate everything.
Yeah. And is this the first week of August? This is the first week of August.
There's no racing, and I've lost track of time, and I don't know what's happening.
Have you seen the... I tried to make copies of all the, like, day 42 without Formula 1. And the guy would be like, a picture of a sidewalk and where the line where he cut across. I took 2/10 off my route home today. Anyway, so we'll start with Formula 1, where the teams are still on maternity leave, so we can talk about the championship race. Max leads with Norris in second and Leclerc hanging on for third. So the question is, can anyone catch Max?
Technically, yes. If he extends his summer holiday a few more weeks,
Skips a couple races.
yes. If he DNFs or finishes out of the points every race, and Max, I don't know the exact numbers, but he would have to probably...
He's got like 100 or...
Lando would need to probably win out.
Yeah. Which, is possible.
Or maybe at least 5 wins out of, what are there, 9, 10 races left?
He could get Ferrari's race strategist, and then it's possible. I'm sure they could lose the next 5 races for him.
Maybe his teammate could give him some pointers on that.
Oh yeah, just qualify like Sergio. Then you can lose the championship. Well, everybody's coming back with upgrades because it's the summer break. And this has been the year of upgrades that don't work. Ferrari went backwards. Toro Rosso, I don't think anything good has worked out for them. Kamala Harris.
Not working out. Aston Martin. Red Bull hasn't improved, really.
That's odd. Red Bull has not improved.
They usually do, or at least maintain, but they haven't.
I guess they've squeezed all they can, or maybe Adrian Newey sabotaged the place as he's leaving.
That must be it. I heard a rumor that Oscar Pastry was spending his break on the Dutch Olympic gymnastics team. Is that true?
Yeah. Have you seen? We'll put the picture up. Yeah, that's definitely Oscar Pastry. I think he was doing the pommel horse.
I would contest that, saying as he's not Dutch. I don't know. Maybe they could get it overturned.
Well, it worked for the pole vault dude. That's not really from Sweden, but he gold medaled for Sweden. Born in America, grew up here, trained here, went to the schools, and then competed for Sweden.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, it's like remember the Chinese American girl that in the Winter Olympics that went and snowboarded for China?
Yeah.
After being born here, growing up here, taking advantage of America's good systems. Yeah. There should be a penalty for that.
I'd have to be a pretty big payday if they want me to switch countries.
Yeah. That could have been it. We don't pay our athletes very good here.
They take care of them, but I don't think they hope for endorsements, I guess.
Yeah, if you're not getting endorsements, then you're probably below the poverty level. Yeah. In another bad decision, Alpine has got rid of their team principal and will have co-team principals, although they gave them different names, but it's co-team principal. Bonatto from formerly Ferrari and Wheatley, guy from F2. So that never works. And here's the top 5 times that co-leaders has not worked. Number 5, Mark Antony and Octavian. They split the Roman Empire after Caesar died. Yeah. Antony ended up suiciding next to somewhere near Cleopatra in Egypt.
Tishkoff and Banks from Ocean's 13. Ocean's 11? I think
it was 13.
13?
Yeah, it was 13 on that one.
So Banks steals Tishkoff's shares in their casino after threatening to throw him off the building.
Yeah, who is the famous actor that played Banks? Not Pacino. Was it Pacino?
I forget movies.
Anyway, they're like on the building. It's under construction, and they're up there at night where their office is going to be. And Banks is like, yeah, just one just one partner. No partners, just one leader. And he's like, what are you going to do, throw me off the building? I don't want to. Unless you sign this document. Number 3, Stalin and Trotsky. Trotsky got expelled and Clinton. Stalin got to rule the Soviet Union.
In the same note, Biden and Harris, we're still not sure who's running the country.
Yes. And number 1 times that co-leaders didn't work out, Stewart-Haas Racing.
Ooh, too soon.
Yeah. They're going to be down to 1 car real quick. All the Stewart-Haas fans out there, we're sorry, but the truth hurts. Let's talk about drivers. Perez. So the official word is that they're going to stick with Perez. Red Bull is going to stick with Perez. But we all know how much Christian Horner loves Ricciardo. And sources tell me that after the Spa race, Ricciardo and Horner were in a meeting, and Ricciardo came out with his big smiley face like he hasn't had in a while. So I'm betting we see Ricciardo getting moved up to Perez's spot.
If he doesn't get moved up, will Ricciardo be releasing the inappropriate text from Horner?
That's what I'd do if I were Ricciardo.
Or whatever happened to that room he was so happy about?
Yeah. Are you going to release my text? I don't want to. Magnussen, still nothing for 2025. And our GoFundMe page to buy Magnussen a seat is now up to $17.34.
And thanks to Elon for putting in that extra $7.34.
Yeah. He could probably fund his own team. Elon Musk.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried Formula E with his company.
That would work. Tony Stark did it.
Yeah. But then he almost got cut in half by, what's his name? On the backstretch.
Oh, yeah. Like Zanardi. There's still 3 open spots in Formula One seats. Alpine has 1, Audi has 1, and Mercedes has 1. What are your predictions for those 3?
No idea with Alpine. I think Mercedes is going to go with the kid.
Oh, Antonelli?
And then
Audi? They wanted Sergio. Or not Sergio. They wanted
Sainz?
Sainz, sorry. They wanted Sainz. Sergio Sainz. But they didn't get him because, too much turmoil.
Yeah, that's probably. Williams seems to be hopefully on the way up.
Yeah,
since
we'll
early
see.
This year when they, were down a car for a couple races.
Yeah, didn't even have enough parts to field a second car. That was pretty awful. Yeah, you know what? I don't think we're gonna see any more old guys come in. I'm gonna say that one Audi seat is gonna stick with Botox. I think they're gonna keep him for 1.
That seems like a solid veteran presence.
Yeah, he does good commercials too.
Yeah, and his hair is pretty good.
He's got the thinning mullet going on.
He could roll right into NASCAR when he retires if he wants to with that.
Oh, he could do NASCAR or curling in the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
Who gets the Alpine seat? I don't know. They're probably gonna put a raccoon in there or something.
Whoever brings a boatload of cash.
Yeah. Does Alpine need the cash? I mean, they're Renault funded. You wouldn't think so.
Everyone always needs the cash, I guess.
Yeah. They don't really have a title sponsor anymore, do they? Or was it BTW, which I have no idea what that is.
Nope.
I think it's By the Way.
By the way.
Well, up next we've got more empty racetracks, and then eventually the Dutch Grand Prix is going to happen sometime next year.
No, sometime. I hope. Moving on to NASCAR, there was once again no NASCAR Cup this weekend, so the ADHD drivers found lesser playgrounds to be on. There were several drivers in some late model races around the country and at North Wilkesboro. Kevin Harvick, Josh Berry, Brandon Let's Go Jones. That's Sammy Smith from Xfinity Lane Riggs. also. Was it the
Uh,
Cars Tour
trucks.
race?
Trucks. He's
Lane
trucks.
Race Trucks?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
None of which finished in the top 10.
Yeah.
I guess because they're not used to tires that wear out and they have to save them the whole race.
Was that the hard track? Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't the dirt late model.
Like the Cars Tour, they just give them the one set of tires for the race, and it's I hope you can hang on to them.
Yeah. Don't wear your tires out.
I saw Daniel Suarez made the trip down to the NASCAR Brazil Series and at Interlagos.
Oh, is that where he's in like a nerfed cup car?
Yeah, it had like a weird look to it.
Half the horsepower.
He made like a last lap pass for the win and then got disqualified for rubbing. I don't know. No one told the Brazilians that rubbing is racing, so
They don't do that
yeah,
down in the south.
you're going to have to fix your NASCAR series.
It's too much machoism to have rubbing down there. Oh, whoa, we don't touch each other like that.
That's
Um, so, rumors have Haas is going to keep one of their cars, so they're not completely disintegrating. Haas will keep one driver. No driver. Or Haas will keep. Let's just start. 12:28.
or Haas.
Why did I leave this over here?
I don't know.
And I left it on. Okay.
The plug-in one?
You can plug it in
Or does
if
it
you
have
want.
both?
Yeah, like a lightning here and a
Oh, okay.
C there, but you can just like Bluetooth it basically. All right. Sources have Haas keeping one car, so they're not going to completely disintegrate. But no driver's been announced. So who do you think for driver for the one Haas car?
Haas? I guess. I think it was Cole Custer who was going to take it.
Oh yeah.
Move up. He used to drive for Haas, and I think his family is part of the team. Or no, he drove their Xfinity car this year.
Oh, I was hoping for Cole Trickle.
Ooh,
Get the ratings up.
they would.
Yeah. I'm 64 and I can still drive this car and fly this airplane.
That's for the sequel.
Yeah. They never did a second Days of Thunder, did they?
No, where he's the old. They could do it now. The old
Yeah.
old man that's come back for some reason. It's like a Top Gun Maverick.
Oh. Just like the new race for Formula One called F1.
Yes, where this is 60-year-old
Brad Pitt's
Brad Pitt.
the Sylvester Stallone of driven. Yeah, that'd make a good sequel. I mean, NASCAR could use the ratings boost.
Yeah.
They haven't been the same since the 2000s.
No, it's dropped. Attendance has dropped a lot too.
You know, it really tanked in, 07 or 08 when the economy crashed.
Yeah. No.
People are like, you know what? I don't need to pay all this money for a ticket to go watch cars drive around.
No, I don't. It's too expensive traveling and stuff.
Yeah.
I heard that Juan Pablo Montoya will be back in a one-off at Watkins Glen for the 23XI team. So that should be fun. Haven't seen Juan since he could have won Indy. He did a one-off, but got caught speeding on pit road and 10 or so years ago.
The Brickyard Indy or the real Indy?
Brickyard.
Oh, okay.
That was his last NASCAR race. And I hope nobody makes any jet dryer jokes, because that's enough.
I was trying to come up with a good joke for 23XI, but
2311. I always read it as it says. It's supposed to be 2311.
2311.
The Denny Hamlin's team.
What does 2311 have to do with anything?
Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin's numbers.
Oh,
They put their numbers together.
they really put a lot of thought into that one, didn't they?
That thousands of dollars in focus group research for that one. I also read that there's rumors of Mexico City being added to the Cup schedule next summer, probably in June.
Ooh, a travel. You know what? You could fit a lot of illegal border crossers in a NASCAR rig when they come back.
On the way back.
Yeah.
You got to fund the team somehow. I hope Kyle Busch isn't too concerned. He was arrested. He accidentally brought a gun into Mexico a couple years ago, I think, in the off season. So that was probably troublesome.
Only the ATF can do that?
Yeah, only the ATF can funnel guns down to Mexico.
Come on.
I wonder how much he paid to get out of that one.
They probably just did it for the sake of racing. They appreciate racing in Mexico.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm thinking, like, do you think you get up to 100 people, like, it's crammed into that NASCAR rig and sneak it back across the border?
Who's that? Oh, that's the pit crew.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, even with the car and everything in there, you could still cram probably, I don't know, let's say you could cram 100 in at 10,000 a pop. You could fund your team.
That could cover the rest of the season pretty easily.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying anybody should do that.
Add
but...
some drugs in, there's even more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's crystal meth going for these days? Oh, wait. They don't grow that down there.
No, that's the teacher bakes that in New Mexico.
Oh, so it's just opium products.
And coming up next week, finally, another NASCAR race. Feels like years. They're headed to the 3/4 mile short track at Richmond. That's going to be 300 miles, 400 laps. And the soft option tire will be available. I'm going to pretend to try and have a positive outlook about it, but I think it'll just be the same too tough to pass situation and nothing that much different.
700 horsepower on a super short track. Sounds like a recipe for a parade.
Oh, we'll see. Maybe we'll get some rain in to mix that up a little bit with the wets.
That always helps.
That would help.
Now that they're not afraid to run on a damp track.
Yeah.
All right, 1920.
Oh, moving on to IndyCar. They are still on their Olympic advertising break, but we can't talk about the championship race. Caillou leads with Power second, Dixon third, Herta fourth, and Pato is in fifth. Can Caillou hold on for another championship?
I don't know. 3 of the last 5 races are on ovals, and he hasn't won on an oval. And they tend to favor Penske, Willpower, and Dixon. So I'm going to predict Dixon sneaks his way in for another championship.
Oh, Dixon. Probably won't even know it till the last lap of the final race either. He'll just be there.
Yeah, well, what? Where did he come from? Yeah, that's Scott Dixon.
I think he'll hold on. He's always been. He hasn't won at an oval, but he runs, top 8 normally, except for the last one where he crashed. It was the first time he crashed on an oval. But I think he'll be there enough to hang on to the championship. He's really good. He doesn't make that many mistakes, so.
I know. You know what? Penske and Ganassi have won every championship for the last 7 years. 11. Yeah, 11 years. They've won every one. So, does anyone else have a chance?
Who's the... I don't think Herta is close or Pato's close. So it's going to be one of those two again. They're just not consistent enough, like the Ganassi and Penske cars.
Yeah, I was going to give Herta would probably be the best shot for someone else, but to get an Andretti win, but I don't know. I don't think they can pull it off. He's got a little bit of Rahal's unluckiness going on, so.
I did put $5 on Kirkwood to win the championship before the season. Kind of a long shot bet.
Yeah.
I think it was plus 4,000 or something. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be saying that at payday, though. I thought it would be fun. I did read that Andretti could possibly be looking into a NASCAR team pretty soon. So now they're pretty close to having a team in every series or attempting to get one.
Are they in World Rally? We're talking American Series.
Yes.
Okay.
I know they do supercars, Formula E, almost every major series.
Except the Formula One.
I think they have one in the American Rallycross series too.
There's so many series now, I can't keep up with them all.
I don't have time for it.
Former F2 driver and verified female, Chadwick.
Who did the verifying?
No comment. She's going to get a shot at a 2025 IndyCar seat with Andretti. Can she really get a full-time seat in the big cars?
I think, well, if she was an Algerian boxer, she definitely could.
Oh, yeah. She'd be right in. I don't know. Women are usually at a disadvantage on road and street courses because there's just a lot more arm strength required, and there's no power steering in IndyCar. That's why I think Danica's best finishes were all on ovals, because it's harder to wrestle that big car around.
I think she could have a shot at it. She did win in the Indy Lights series this year, and has been running. I don't after the initial year of not great, and then the beginning of the season, she's started, top threes, top fives all year. I would say another year in the lower series before trying to push up would be helpful.
Even if she does, it's going to be hard to get wins. I mean, she might field a team if you can get the advertising.
Probably with she's with Andretti, right?
Yeah, it would be an Andretti ride.
That's going to be tough, but she's probably the best shot at a female in the top series.
She looks a little bit buff, so she might be able to manage it.
Won the W series.
Yeah.
I guess that's something. I guess that's it for IndyCar. Coming up next week is not IndyCar. What have they got? 3-4 more weeks before something's going on?
I think they're almost the same time as Formula One.
Oh, great.
Well, since we don't have a lot of actual racing, we could do the Olympic report.
Yeah, let's talk about the Olympics real
Okay.
quick. Last I checked earlier, the USA is leading with 61 total medals. France is in second with 41. And China is in third with 37. The USA really tends to pull away once we get to the track and field time.
Yeah, there's a lot of events, and we tend to do a lot better.
They just put a lot of bodies out there.
I know. We have a lot of people. Men's soccer made its usual early exit, getting humiliated by Morocco, a country with the GDP equal to Denver.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
We should really be better at sports than these tiny countries.
You know what? If we didn't have basketball and football, we'd probably be really, really good at soccer. But, I mean, if you're a super athlete in America, are you going to go play soccer where you can make $200,000 a year, or would you rather make $20 million a year? Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The men's 100 meter sprint had a photo finish with Noah taking the win after it was a 29-minute review. It was so close. They had to look at it for why it took 29 minutes. I don't know, but
were they watching something else? I guess.
Oh, probably.
It was. Oh, we were reviewing that. Sorry. He looks like he's sponsored by Bedazzler or something. What was going on with his hair there?
He's got those little jewels in his braids all over his hair. Yeah, it looks precious.
It was nice to hear Lee Diffie, but he's kind of a bit much when calling track and field events.
I know, that level of excitement for track and field.
How does... Man, he is into it.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like to have like a regular conversation with him, like dinner.
Lee, stop yelling at me.
Yeah.
We're just having a...
But the mashed potatoes, they're coming. They've been here forever, and they're gonna love it. Yeah. Oh, Arizona's own Brady Ellison takes silver in men's archery and a bronze in mixed archery, where it's like one man, one woman.
Oh.
I think that's his last one. He's getting up there in years for an Olympic dude.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but he did good. My brother knows his family. They're like from up in Payson. And his father guided my brother and a friend of his on a hunt up on the North Rim. Or not the North Rim, Mogollon Rim.
That probably pays pretty well.
Yeah.
Archery.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a fun life. Just go shoot arrows. Those guys are shooting at 70 yards. I'm struggling at 50 with a compound bow.
And
They're using a recurve at 70.
And they're pretty spot on with it, too?
Yeah, 8 is a disappointment.
So, like Robin Hood levels of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it was you hear the French every time they hit a 10, the French announcer yells out, "Dix!" Oh, noof. If they hit a 9, it was like some noof.
He's sad about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And 8, like if you hit 8, you're like, oh, wow, that's going to cost them.
Have you thought about retirement?
Yeah. In the mixed, one of the women for, I think it was Egypt, or no, India, hit a 7, and the whole crowd sounded like they were going to cry.
Immediately ejected from the country.
Yeah. What do we got? Another week of Olympics?
Yeah. I did watch a little ping pong. Those guys are intense.
That's freaky.
I'm like, it looks like more of a workout than playing actual tennis.
I like how they stare at the ball like they're trying to get it to talk, and then they toss it up in the air about 2 stories.
Like they're like putting a spell on it with their mind before they. That's pretty. Yeah.
I'm waiting for modern pentathlon. I like that one.
I think that's coming up next. I got that one saved, so
Yeah.
I'll see when it comes up.
It was invented by some European dude who said, "What are the 5 skills that a soldier needs to have in the Napoleon era?" So you have to be. So if you're captured and in an enemy castle, you have to sword fight your way out, run away from your attackers, swim across a moat, steal a horse and ride it, and then shoot. Those are the 5 events.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's the coolest rationale for an Olympic event that I think I've ever seen.
All right. Well, we've got racing coming up next week, so that's
Woohoo.
exciting.
Actual racing. We'll see you all next week.
Good evening.